Hello, in this video, I'll show you how to summarize your quantitative data into histogram and scatter plot for the two samples that you collected for your project. For my sample project, I have two surveys that I sent out and I collected data. And in the last video, I have shown you how you can save it into Google Sheets, and you can just go to Google Sheets and call out those two files. So I have these two files already open. After I process the categorical data, I'm moving on to process the quantitative data. So the first quantitative data is the one that I want to graph a histogram, because this is the one that I will need to do a hypothesis on. So I want to make sure that I know the distribution of the sample. So first of all, you select the data. When you are to graph it, you select the data and you do insert chart. So Google Sheet would attempt to graph one for you, which they do by line chart, but you don't want it. You want a histogram. So scroll down and look for one that looks like a histogram. So that is a histogram. But you look at the frequency, the classes. 0 to 2.1 is like not a very good bucket size or class limit size. So we go to customize and customize the bucket size, we call it, which basically is the class limit. So it become 0 to 1, 1 to 2, like that, and it would clearly show outliers and more more classes. So you don't want to show a histogram that has 3 classes or smaller. You want it to have at least 5 to 20. So, and the more the better, so you can see outliers as well as the more detailed shape. But it's really up to you. You just want to make sure that the bucket size is the same for both samples. After that, the things that we always do would be, so you turn this off, is you want to do the titles. So the vertical title, axis title should be frequency, right? So you would say frequency. But it's kind of small, so we want to change it to 20. The next one is the horizontal title, which is the number of days, right? Stay home days, stay home time in days. And then nextly is the chart title, which you should tell people this is the histogram of stay home days for what sample? For the college students sample. And then you're pretty much done. Okay. The stay home day for the horizontal seems to be small. I fix it a little bit better, so it's a little larger. And then we're done. Anytime if you want to fix something like, oh, you don't like the color like this, you click inside. So these 3 dots open. You click on it, edit chart, you can edit it. Okay. So you have this, and I usually just do cut and paste it, screen print it into a image and cut and paste it. It's easier to put it into a Word document in your report. And then we're doing the same thing for the second one. So compare the shape of the distribution. Population 2 is data from non-college students. So I already downloaded. So this is a survey. I have the response, which I have downloaded in a set survey for adults not in college. So I do the same thing. I highlight the column. I don't do the lifted time because I'm not doing any claim for them. So this is the one that I want to show the distribution chart. Again, they give me some kind of dot plot or something. You scroll up. You don't want it. Oh, you want a histogram. It's here. Actually, it's right here. Let me see. Okay, customize. Let me do this first. It looks a really okay. So let me do stay home days again. Do insert chart again. And then I select, is this a histogram? Histogram chart. This is very right scale, right? So I want to customize the histogram to have the same bucket size Right, so it's more granular, but it's still right scale and it would show some outliers. Then after that, I would customize this histogram of stay-home days. That's very good for non-college adults. And then that's the chart title, and then horizontal. Is it right? Stay-home days. That's right. Vertical. Is it frequency? They didn't have anything. Frequency. And I want it to be a little bigger. And then for the other one, I also want it to be a little bigger. Okay. And that should be all the customization that I want. And I'm ready to cut and paste it into my work document report. So do a screenshot, copy and paste it, copy, paste it into the work document. So you can have them side by side so you can see that, oh, is there any difference? They're more or less the same, except for the college student, there are some people that stay home 0 time. So, but for the non-college adult, they mostly stay at least 1 day. So you describe both populations, talk about this a little bit. Now we need to summarize the data numerically. That means I want to find mean, median, standard deviation, and a sample size. And so go back to college student first. So that there's 4 commands that you can use. The first command, you go back to the top and then you say equal, average, average. And where's my data? Is in C2 to C29. So you say C2 colon C29. And they will calculate the mean for you. Median, median, C2 colon C29. Colon means up to that. Standard deviation, STDEVA. STD, see they say standard deviation of sample, C2 colon C29. Right? And then number of data, count how many, C2 colon C29. So that is what we have, and we just copy it down and put it in the work document. Mean is 3.9, round to 1 places. Median is 4. Standard deviation is 2.1. And this is 28. So we do the same for the non-college adult data. So you know what to do. So I'm not going to explain it in more detail. So it's just whenever you do equal, Google Sheet know that you are doing where's my data? C2 to C23, right? C2 colon C23. Median, C2 colon C23. STDEVA, C2 colon C23. Equal count, C2 colon C23. Okay. C is the column number, and then 2 is the row, the beginning and the end. So I have 4.7, 4, 2.9, and 22. 2.9 and 22. So I'm going to update it on my document. I'll use this 4.7 for 2.9. And then my number of data is 22. Oh, this is 20. It was 28, right? 28. So that summarized the two samples of the same quantitative data. Now we have 2 match pair data that we want to study if there's correlation. So look back I'm moving back to the college student sample. So I have stay-home days and predicted days. Are they linear related? Would people that stay home longer expect a longer lifted a month? So maybe I'll just do column 1. Okay, so select both of them. You select both of them, and then you insert chart because your goal is to get a scatter plot. I don't know what chart these are. They call line chart, but I want scatter plot. So this look like a scatter plot, right? You just hover on it, it says scatter chart. So this is what we want. Of course, we want to do the chart title, right? Horizontal is right. What did they say? Stay home days. That's right. X is stay home day. And then what? Vertical is predicted live months. That's also right. And then, so the only thing that we need to do is the chart title. Did they say scatter plot? It just says predicted versus stay home. But we should clearly say that it is for a scatter plot for predicted month versus stay home days. For what? For college students. Because you have two samples, so it's important that you clearly indicate that, yeah, I want it to be a little bit brighter. You can also adjust the font. So yeah, I don't have enough time to go through all these. So just take the default and there. So I'm going to cut and paste it. New. Do you see that if there is any pattern for correlation, it seems like they're just everywhere. I don't think there's any correlation, right? It's very scattered around. So by just looking at the scalar plot, it shows no correlations. So let's look at the non-college student one. So let's get back to the worksheets that shows non-college students. So I highlight from column 1, highlight all the way to the end of the data. Oh, what's going on? Highlight again. So from here to the end of the data, and then I need to do insert chart. Scatter chart this time. It's very clever. And I want to customize the title, horizontal title. I think those are fine. The horizontal and vertical titles are good. The chart title, I want to add something about this is a scatter plot. And also it is for non-college adults, right? So you want to make sure that you don't mix up the two graphs for non-college adults, working adult. Okay, so maybe make it a little darker. Okay, looks good. So that's all I want for customization. You just click on it, you can resize it for cut and paste into your report. So this shows for both data into two population. Are they more related? Don't know. So they're more or less the same, like scattered around everywhere, right? I don't see any particularly bad pattern. Is one more correlated than the other? So let's do this correlation coefficient. I did this last time. So you should describe the two graph briefly. Oh, what does this scatter plot shows? You will see that there's no correlation, both so no correlation, right? But we should do an R. So how do you do R? So I always start from the college one first. Delete this. And to find R, there is another formula. It's called formulas equal, CORREL, correlate. And then you tell them the first set and the second set. So the first set is C2 to, what is it? C29, comma, D2 colons, D29, right? So they actually will show you where they are. Oh, 0.0612. Let's write it down. 0.0612 is very close to 0. It's confirmed that there may be no correlation. What about the second set for non-college students? So go to the second worksheet. Delete this. You can just do here CORREL C2 colon. This go to C23 only, right? It ends at 23, and then you do comma D2 colon D23. The X and the Y data. 0.3204 is a little better. So you would put it in your 3204. And that would be the summary of both data.